Seems like a good place to knock off the first recording for this chat. And to start the second. Because I want to kind of try and split them into bits. So it's easier for people to, like, catch up on this. Because I know 14 is one series that, like, people have been like, Remy, VODs would be awesome forever. We've returned with our selections. Although I must say the pickings were quite slim indeed. Mr. Creel has already flicked through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few which barely even made mention of them. As such, we're looking into research papers for the Humble Calamities, as well as articles written by the prominent forum members. Perhaps their knowledge of these final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I'm the only one here who didn't witness the events of the Armorot firsthand, and I fear I may be overlooking critical details. Why, thanks. Now, where to begin? First things first, what kind of phenomenon did the ancients encounter as the final days drew nigh? Wasn't the complete destabilization of creation magics? Yes, the unfolding catastrophe wrought havoc on all manner of life. The chaos extended to the ancients themselves, causing the powers of the creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors ranging for the sky, fire erupting for the ground, indescribable abominations prowling the streets. That more or less aligns with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until present day, we might have had something substantial to analyze. To the best of our knowledge, however, the techniques are not preserved or passed on. Ishtola summarizes that the closest known magic to the summon rituals promulgated by the Asians. Was there aught else of note which heralded the approach of the final days? They said that it began with the keening sound of the lion itself? Yeah. Ah yes, the Amateron spoke of it, didn't they? We never did hear the sound ourselves, of course, thrust as we were to the midst of the madness. But it seems that each and every one of the catastrophe was preceded by an ominous noise. Eventually it resounded all across the star, and not even the Armorot was spared. So the ground was crying out, you say? To be considered the harbinger of doom, you must have quite distinctive and probably quite loud. I'll have to speak with Dono and the Nominamon's Mavits, and see if they have any books which can make mention of such a loud noise. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take? They summoned Zodiac. Yes, with the Elidibus serving as his heart, so they gave themselves in sacrifice to bring him into being. We do not know exactly how Zodiac brought salvation to the star, only by his godlike will were the laws of nature set right. And then, once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Lives sprouted anew, and thus fledgling souls they intended to render to Zodiac, a trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the Primal. Or they might have, had Venet and their followers not manifested their opposition in the form of Hydra. Thank you both for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of events. I'm glad I remember all that. To be honest with you, I was 3 for 3 there. What a fucking badass I am. With all that fresh in mind, it does make me wonder about the Teleferi truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. We've seen what they're doing with these towns, with their towers of theirs. It's forcing people to summon primals, a kind of catalyst. Are they attempting to mirror the conditions caused by unstable creation magics? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech? Convenient metaphor of the scale of destruction they plan to unleash. But all this is just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let's return the attention to the forum, shall we? Oh my god! We should keep our eye out for Y'shtola, but please tell me we began studying these research papers. No. 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 I'm the last, am I? Well, my extended search of the Archon stacks produced 1 or 2 possible useful books, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. If you recall, Orion J. learned the source's reflections from the Garamond oracles. For its potential to cause panic and confusion, that tome was deemed apocrypha and sealed away in the Great Google Library. 'Tis even less likely the knowledge of the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the Final Days, to be left on the sitting shelf for any curious scholar to find. It's the answer reason that my colleagues, be the Archons or Caliters, should perforce be largely ignorant of the subject. Yet when you confronted Master Forchelant with the knowledge of Dono-athon and machinations, he scoffed at the suggestions that they posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the Forum would know if the Final Days were truly upon us, which only supports the conclusion that whatever trivial wisdom is guiding the Forum's behavior is being kept secret from the rest of the nation. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading to you whether they contain the mention of the Final Days or no. These books could somewhat hold something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. Damn it! Why don't they read to me, chat? Why don't they read to me? How about that? How about you read the game stuff voiced to me? Oh, do you look exhausted? But what about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subjects I mentioned? Then the day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again, a mammoth at the reference check will point you in the right direction. For the moment, though, I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. You might be occupied with the research for quite some time. I'm trapped. I'm literally in hell. I am literally in reading hell. Ready for a tea break, Monica? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I had to stretch my legs and walk around for a bit. You know the last stand down in the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me outside the tables and I'll treat you with the coffee. It's quite good. You guys, like, remember when I was like, oh, dude, we're going to have, like, finally the Garlean War. We're going to finally be focused on not this bullshit. And then here we are having, like, the longest 69-hour conversation of my life. They are starting hard with the exposition in this expansion. It is really, really rough to do on no sleep. That's okay. Whining aside, though, like, it's really good. It's just a lot. Could still happen. Oh, I guarantee by the end of this, it's gonna get insane. Literally, like, the whole thing I have to... Like, they gave us the choice of where to start, right? You have to complete both sides, but we literally worked ourselves up to a dungeon and then had to stop. So, it was like, I fucked up. I promise, once we hit the first dungeon, it's just gonna start speeding up and speeding up and speeding up and speeding up. It's busy as ever, I see. How very Charlene that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions to gauge the mood of the city? We're interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Dono-athon. May even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? Okay. Alice is gonna follow me around while I harass these people. He just wants to be left alone. We were simply wondering if you knew about the Dono-athon. Oh, your house, Levier. Shut the hell up. Go away. Okay. Are Aiden and Care gonna join you? Not in VC. I won't be at a VC at all today, chat. I know Aiden's playing through right now. I'd imagine Care will be later. Pretty much anyone that plays 14 is playing right now. I know Jax is playing. I know that Luke is in... Oh. Psych just joined the stream. Hey, bud. I'm pretty sure I just saw him log in too. But yeah, it's an MMO expansion. Chat, if you don't play MMOs, there's not a better day than an MMO launch, right? This is the best part of MMOs. Like, it's one of those, fucking boosty boy. Hold on, I gotta skip to this dialogue. Where is the collections? Second option down in your duty menus. But yeah, so I won't be in any voice chats for most likely a few weeks. I'm going to be playing through the entirety of the story. We have Halo's campaign mode next week, but at the rate I'm going super slow. And then I'm going to be leveling alts. And I'm going to be speed leveling them. So VCs and me are not going to get along for a while. This is the big launch we've been waiting for. Welcome, madam. What can I offer you today? Wait, is that what you're starting to say? I see that. Oh, my word, how long has it been? Far too long. Meet Dickon, the owner of the last stand. I said his name so fucking wrong. I used to frequent this cafe on occasion, in between lessons at the stadium. That seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing you and Master Alphonse set sail for Eorzea, but then you never came back. Lately there's been gossip about your father deserting the pair of you. Everything alright home? It's complicated, but I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is House Leveilleur. No matter how discreet Master Forchelant may have been, news of your father's family's doings never stay secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you to the city for now, of all times? We have questions, only Charlington has the answers. Tell me, Master Dickon, have you heard about the apocalypse called the Final Days? What? Like the end of the world? Nothing like that. I'm afraid, and that's what you're here to find, information on this apocalypse? Goddamn, Halo is next week, I know. Our legendary run begins Tuesday. Legendary completion run, chat. And then we might do the first drawing stream next week, too. I don't know. Depends on how far you guys get in progressing through this. Right now, you guys are like a stalemate. It's kind of weird. You guys went super hard and then died. Yes, whatever we can learn. Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak with me. I wish there's more I could do to help. But maybe there is. You're a visitor, Charlene, aren't you? Then few will know your face. You should be able to pass off as a server with none the wiser. Just finish preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you're sitting down the food, and you might be able to get answers you're looking for. Oh my god, you made me a server of chores? I'm gonna fuck up their orders. I don't even care. I don't even care. I know he just told me what it is, but I don't give a shit, dude. Bro? T-set. Okay. Okay. Yeah, like, these people just don't know anything about this chat. Yep. Any trouble with customers? Were you able to get anyone talking? Interesting, they seem unaware of the final days aside from whatever vague news the Gazettes are printing. Even Dickon had nothing to offer, and he's the best source of gossip in the city. The Forum does have secret knowledge, and they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers it in the wrong ear. In any case, thank you for playing your part so well. Here's a cup of coffee I promised. Oh my god, that was delayed. Yo, thank you. Thanks, Alice. Fucking like 69 years later, dude. I just want to progress to the dungeon. Fuckers. Alright. Yes, I should do nicely out of the wind and out of sight. Thank the Lord.
When our father disowned us,
Thank God.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Not thank God you're being disowned, but thank God that I don't
his
have
words
to you
began
don't
to
say
sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant. Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Charlian?
Nope.
Graham said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt. And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Alpha know, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been, how being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently.
Yo, what's going on there?
They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos.
Labyrinth what this?
A vast complex beneath the island.
Oh.
Charlian is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples. Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility. Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat. Wait! Didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners coming and going more than usual? Well, I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. And gleaners answer to the Forum. If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
Okay. So that's step number 2 then. Bog. Poof. Okay. Thank God. We should tell the others what we learned about the cleaners. Go on to Norman and I'll join you in a moment. Master Dick will want his cups back. The lag hit me hard there, chat. So it begins. Welcome back, Monaco. Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Not exactly. We did some impromptu investigating and turned out some information on the cleaners. Makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from the institutions and the bureaucrats, but as you say, they ultimately answer to the form. A sudden and significant increase in the Gleaner traffic and cargo. It certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put in motion. Let's see what theory we can build from the facts. As you sort of observed earlier, Neomion's archives appears to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Monica and Alice learned at the last stand, we can be reasonably sure that most shenanigans are nothing of a particular period of ancient history. Check out your Patreon. Hold on, chat. Give me 2 seconds. Yo, Casil, welcome to the patrons, dude. Dankarinos. I will get that stuff updated ASAP, my friend. Much appreciated. TY for that support. I'm working pretty hard on getting those videos out pretty quick, chat, by the way. So hopefully some of the patron pledge things are actually going to exist and not just be like the stickers and stuff. Because I would like to be able to give you guys more, which Remy likes. But yeah, I'm working on a few videos right now. I know I've been working on a lot of videos for a while, but a good portion of them all got sacked because they just weren't what I wanted. But yeah, much appreciated there, man. TY. Yet my father and his colleagues are not familiar with the final days, but are also somehow certain the destruction being perpetrated by the Terreferi is wholly unlike those apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by a duty with such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Eorzeal's request for aid. And now, the Gleaners, officially to the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think this stretch to conclude the Gleaners' recent activities are in service of the Forum's secret events. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit the Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves. And if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. A fine idea. All the rest of those ones come off as just really dickish. I'm glad you approve. You won't be disappointed, I promise. As for myself, there are a few more subjects that I'd like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to each is returned to its proper place. That'd be a great help. Thank you, Raha. Raha Tia. Let's head in the stairs over there and I'll show you where the entrance is. But yeah, since you're in cutscene again, thank you very much, Kazil. Much appreciated, dude. Wait. Ready? Labyrinth is not far from here, but you may find the path a bit disoriented. I'll take the lead, so take notes. Follow Alice and try not to lose her. Oh my god, they literally had her go like a mile a minute. Okay. It's pleasant here amongst the trees. But we really should move along. No shit! Now we run, try and keep up. I was gonna lose my mind. Oh my god! We crossed the bridge. The restaurant, not far now. She keeps like stopping just to juke me. These are very different quests though. I kind of like them. They just bring up different changes. It would have been better if they'd mixed them in with combat. Because I would love to do some actual quests right now. Here we are, through this door and down the stairs. You remember attending to the shard back there, didn't you? It'll make your life easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, you should keep on moving. Thank God. Chat, am I free? We're all here now. I've taken the liberty of securing permission for our group's ascent. Right, everyone into the lift and down we go.
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky. In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves, and this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room,
this is actually such a cool idea.
Rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation.
Like, this is so cool. To be
Knowledge
honest.
buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
Like, I actually love the premise of this, chat. Please be voiced.
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
The island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Aren't those people gleaners?
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
Sounds like a uniform nod. I don't like it.
Ugh. Did you call to me just now? No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
What? You're here to help her give more headaches, because you don't look like have the look of a cleaner. And I'm in no mood for idle chit-chat. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed in a pile of crates and had to pack up marmots running loose. Let me think. The rare seeds could add in 1058, human seeds 1059, snowberry 160, or with the 161. Oh, my head feels like it's stuffed with mocha grass. Why are more loads to take out than carry in? Why all this risk mixing it up? What if someone makes a mistake of carrying carrots for Gearbani credits? What then? That's a mess, to be honest. You know what I'm doing? I'm hauling books and fauna. And if it needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so, I'd take stock of labyrinthos. You know, sort of tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before, though. They did just one a few summers ago, even. Then, with no warning, all this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high. Damned if I know the reason. Could be to change the layout, eh? Preparing for the next big expansion. Any luck, Monica? What great tales did the cleaners have to tell? So this kind of operation began without warning, and even every item they had to bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else, huh? Let's explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right, the form's definitely up to something, and they're turning labyrinthos upside down in the process. We would do better to learn more of what specifically the Guinness are being tasked to do, as well as who's tasked them to do it. If you're game, Monica, I have an idea. Didn't one of the Guinness questions say something about escape armaments? Perhaps you were able to help him capture some creatures who might be inclined to help you. Okay. You wish to help me find them armaments? Nothing suitable to pay you for your services, but you're offering out against your heart. I'd welcome the assistance. Hero of Chores, let's go! There you go, there's beasts out there. Won't have to explain the monument or you. Northeast. Is it in the tower? Oh, I see it. Imagine if Remy's cursed to talk Toad's voice for life. Thank God I'm not. That would be terrible, chat. Can you imagine? I can't. I don't want to. Actively refuse. Sounds terrible. I would hardcore lose my shit. Yeah, lose who you don't have. True. True. I'm gonna shove you in my rat sack. I don't like it. Bum, bum. How did you fare? I tracked down 3 of a pack, which leaves 1 unaccounted for. We did it. Ah, there's the old mama now. We're here, Mum, while I put our friends in a holding cage. Thank God! Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well with isolation, but it's too soon to release them into the habitat. It's going to be a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Who tasked them with capture in the first place? Well, the authority in charge of Labyrinthus, now and in perpetuity, the same officials who have had us working day and night, the honorable members of the forum, who else? Suitable for consumption and easy to breed, those were 2 of the conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. I don't know what the forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. Ah, there you are, Monica. Is this the game you mentioned, the one who's looking for the lost mods? Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk, anyway? I'm Creel, the students of Baldessian. The others are my associates. Truth be told, the forum's decision to play is not entirely set well with us. This is what we made the decision in the Labyrinthus. We hope to see these decisions put in action, might more fully understand the reasoning. While it's practical, it never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Anyway, duty calls and other animals to capture and enclosures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry I can't offer you more for your services. Did you learn anything from your new friend there? No. Literally nothing. So you confirm the order for the ambitious operation did indeed come from the forum. However, the Greeners did not be informed of its purpose. I'd say that fits with everything we've heard so far. We also discovered that when the operation was begun, the forum contacted the Gleaner's guild ship and put the people into this great work for 4 days after Telephorai made their chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the Gleamers keep abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus, I'm inclined to trust their calendar of the events is accurate. Although it gives the distinct impression that the undertaking was suddenly an unexpected development. Yet I find it hard to believe such comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthus' archives could have just been placed in such a brief window. Nay, its plan was long in the making, but they are waiting the right time to put it into effect. And Telephorei's declaration was what set this all in motion. Seems likely, but let's not reach to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthus. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzles will stand out. In that case, how about we head to the Archeon? From there we could reach the lower... Creel, what's wrong? I'm fine. All of a sudden, the sun has left me with a bit of a headache, that's all. Nothing will stop me from soldiering on. Let us be on about it then. You still want me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archeon. We'll follow the path east in the forest where you were chasing the mouse, or marmot, was it? Anyway, 'tis the trolls you want to watch out for. Okay. Wow, Labyrinth is huge. Now, Chocobo keep. Tune with the Aetherite. Demon Flight, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Fuck. Behold the Archeon. As the Nomian serves as Charlene's literary archive, so does the structure house the city's wealth of material data. The architecture, too, is similar. The building you see is merely the upper entrance, an access point to the vaults carved into the cliffside itself. Within those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as the detailed records of which describe them. In a manner of speaking, the Archeon contains physical history of Charlene's unwavering dedication to accumulation and knowledge. Well, we won't learn much value by standing out here. Let's proceed in the main building and speak with the custodian. Oh, there's a gem search trader right here. Greetings, we hit up to see the Archeon's vaults. Peruse, you're clearly not gleaners, then might I ask your affiliation? We belong to students about Essien, but is that irrelevant? I was given to believe the vaults, those open to the public at least, were open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restriction. Only persons directly involved in the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. Not us, then, I suppose. Suppose we better move along to another facility. This building has a lift which connects to the middle tier, yo. Yes, might we be able to at least make use of that? That service has also been suspended, I'm afraid, for the time being. Priority has been given to the conveyance of inventory. Wait, so this is as far as we can go? I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come again after restructuring operations is concluded. That time will be too late. We were so close to getting our answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let's step outside for a moment, shall we? Students about this one, Ha! An impasse. We have no other needs. We should like to pursue this one further. but I doubt the stone-faced custodian will be swayed by our heart-filled plays. We must seek another means to access the levels. It is likely the people in this area are involved in restructuring in one way or another. If we were to integrate ourselves, maybe that would allow us to accompany them on the lift. We should ask around, make sure someone needs a few strong backs to lighten the load. I'm gonna take the lift. I know we're students. They won't let us in the Arcane even though we found, well, we actually know what we found. There's no record of any creature anywhere. But it's running through Tranquility, so we thought it would be done through the vaults. Oddest little squeal, don't you think? Anyway, I suppose we'll have to take care of it until the Arcane is open again. What's that? Take you down the lift with me? Sorry, not a chance. I've been up and down all day, and now I finally have a spare moment to rest. I did see a gleaming fellow head back to the gate, though, smoldering in a large pack. He had some manner of task. Maybe he headed down there and below after he's done with whatever he's doing. Quiet, you'll frighten it away. Ah, it's you again. I don't mean to be rude. I'm just in the middle of another task. The Cloudkin I need to capture is very close. Huh? You want to help me with this too? Spend too much time in unusual ways, my friends. Still, 200 is generally better than 1. Very well. The canal here is a very common gathering spot for birds of all kinds, but one thing I'm after today is a hornbill. Its feathers are green and its cry is a distinctive caw. Single it out and shoot it with the sleeping dart. Okay. Green Bird of the Cause. It's definitely that one.
Shot.
It's voiced.
Nicely done. Let me truss this one up and I'll make my way over to you.
I admittedly did not see that coming.
There you are. Any new revelations?
So you met with that gleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill. I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
I mean, normally it's got to be something that's like significant enough to like keep.
Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose. Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a cleaner's duties. But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
What does that mean?
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers handpicked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth. Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a hornbill? An experiment?
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation.
Shocker.
But judging by the requisition list given to me and
Morning,
my
Karen.
colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research. I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
We're going to Australia.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the Forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations. Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistants.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift. I will of course follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down. This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank
I'm
you.
losing
This is
my
the
mind.
perfect solution.
Welcome back, Greg.
You're quite welcome, but consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you do well to turn back. Bid you good day.
Okay. Do you think it's a dungeon, chat? Do you think it's a dungeon?
Well, turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
Okay. To the mine shaft. Ba 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 ba. Okay. I I'm free. You're a hunt. There's so much people right here. Oh, I can't get to that. Alright. Back to my hell cavern. Back to my hell cavern. This must be it. The entrance to the mine shaft. It is faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures homed in by researchers, I think. Well, solid beast inside will have to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. Assuming everything's tightened the straps and check the gear, I say we head in. Given the terrain ahead, though, it might be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow, and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We meet up at the end of the tunnel. Ba 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 ba. Okay. Forward. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident. Nothing of consequence, at least. But as promised, the tunnel has been delivered into the metal circuit. It's recalled the series where they keep a wide variety of samples from agriculture products. If Erdenville's assumption holds true, the specimens are being collected in preparation for the Great Migration to see evidence such plans in the area's research projects. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. Alright, Jack, give me like 2 seconds. I will be right back. Forward and back and forward and back. Okay. Boop. All right. Is voiced. It's not voiced. It's cursed! Labyrinth has housed a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies and cultivation methods utilized in foreign lands. And it is this facility which coordinates and oversees those efforts. The fruits of their research go to the field labyrinth's colleagues, and so on here. More notable successes might make of the Agora. Food so exotic that you'd be hard-pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Indeed. Mystery vegetables that name only nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. I see no gleaners hereabouts, yet his workers seem to share the same sense of urgency. It's possible they know something about the form's plans and underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? Sushi cooks and the workers. The rest of us will do the same and cast about for useful clues. Wow. Okay. Get him! Phone, why? Okay. What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this is one variety of grape. Needs a good source of sunlight to grow, and the conditions here are nothing short of perfect. Hardly surprising, given it's native to a particular locale, and the very place in which the labyrinth is modeled, a region south of Ilsabod. Boasts remarkable habitat diversity, allowing for a myriad of flora, fauna to thrive. Tree peaks to the north give way to swells and temperature plains, which in turn transition to hot, humid climates. Such battlefield territory is ever contested, as you might expect. It used to be called Corvos before the Imperials renamed it Locus Amionis. The Forum saw it not as a prize, however, but as a researched ideal environment, one whose climates we strove to recreate within the confines of Labyrinthos, since it provided a rich foundation for countless experience in cultivation. That's from where Grahati is from. Do I ought to have to be taken down below before I can carry and then some? Most of our stock is sent off via the cargo lift, but some has been earmarked for aerial transportation. Hence the stack of crates atop the hill over there. God's hauling them all up that slope was a job and a half. Oh, hello there. We weren't expecting visitors, not with the use of the lift being restricted. How did you make it down here anyway? The mine shaft sale, you're harder sold than I. Under normal circumstances, the rewards should ask you with a guided tour of the fields, but I'm afraid the forum has filling order list till May a month long. Massive yet detailed requests, literally wagon loads of crop samples, and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard the grand reorganization, I assumed we would be shuffling around old stock to make room for new. Like getting orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds we've already thoroughly researched. Passing is strange, eh? I pressed for an explanation with vague assurances that all would be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. Alright, chat, bear with me for a second.
Hard to look away, isn't it?
Okay. That should be good. It's always incredibly hard to tell. Alright, chat. How's the sound quality? We good?
But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion.
Good? Cool.
You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true.
We're gonna stand for a while.
This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin. To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration. As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Have you learned aught of interest?
I learned about a flower. Does that count?
A flower that reacts to one's feelings? Strange. I
Flower
must say,
power.
I have never heard of such a thing.
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we fail to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly. Isn't that the entrance to the arcade? Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member? Or at least a close associate?
Yo.
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
What risks?
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice.
Yo, what up
If
to
you're
20?
not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
Bow, 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 bow.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all...
Oh yeah, should be doing this right now, huh? I'm on top of it today, chat.
Cryo?
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
I'm glad you agree.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
Almost. I can almost reach you.
What the hell is going on with Creel? She's got something funky going on. Oh god, I'm in the high density area. Square's still feeling unwell. I've never seen her so distracted. Keep an eye on her, but keep moving too. We can't let her quarter slip away. Annabelle was headed westwards along the path outside the Archeon. Come on, we can still catch him. Why wouldn't I just jump off this cliff? You guys make things hard sometimes. You guys make things hard. Hold on a moment, I have an idea. If memory serves, the colossal wall-like structure is Logicston Beta, one of the Labyrinth's climate control centers. It should have its own lifts. Which one could access the lower or upper tiers? Aye, if we are agent of the Forum, it would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we happen to find Erenville in the company of said agents, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall remain undetected. Only Grohati and his vanish spells we do. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Invincible. Hippity hop, my little toads. Goodness! Unaccustomed transfiguration. Worry not, we'll wear off with the passage of Tame. Passage of Team. Suggest you and your Greek companions hop along and catch up with Erenville. Should you feel the magic's fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. And what am I to do in the meantime? Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you'd be as likely to leap into the jaws of predators as you would learn of anything you know. Which reminds me, where are the creatures hereabouts? In that form, you're essentially defenseless. Bruh. It's frog time. Oh, it's definitely not where I want to go. Goku Gold, welcome, welcome. How are you doing, all? Sneak this way.
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work.
This is voiced.
So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Sharlayan scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
In an age long past, Sharlayan was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge. I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the Forum.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full. While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
I really like this bunny boy.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
I really like this bunny boy. I suppose we should have known a gleaner who specializes in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived. Yet he seemed inclined to put his trust in us all the same. More importantly, perhaps, we discovered a new piece of the puzzle. This monumentous duty to form a major mention. Charlene has been called to action, and Teleferi's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever change it is that they hope to fulfill, they deem it sufficient import to disrupt all of our Brentios. Not to mention ignore Eosia's request to aid. Ooh. Target party member. Shell. Wow, that got way better. What duty could warrant the direct involvement of the Forum and the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we just heard, none of the Gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. It seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Yushtol and Creo for the moment, see what they think of this. Excellent. Whoa. I feel like I continue to be super far ahead, chat. We're level 82. I'm pretty sure we should be rounding around like 81. Welcome back. I trust you found Annabelle then. Interesting. I had a feeling that you would learn something important, even if that something was simply a confirmation that no one knows much of anything. We should share this with Creel and discuss how to proceed. Assuming we find her back at the farm, she was behaving oddly, so I bade her return and rest there. Perhaps not the best decision in hindsight. Would you mind checking near those flowers you saw in Transplay? The rest of us can survey more distant areas, in case you decided to wander. Oh dear God. Should we go straight east, chat? Tatabe, welcome, 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 Jamal. North? I didn't go to this backside, so it has to be over here. So the whole reason I'm back over here is like, may as well pick it up. Something that says wall. Okay. I hate Aether Currents so much, chat. $7 billion miles to the west. gonna go back down here, find Creel first, then we'll aether sight back up to the north east thing and finish up that side quest. So it's time to finally do the quest that I keep getting spammed. Where's Creel, dude? Bro, where the hell is Creel? She's gotta be near somewhere. What up, Tadway? Not much, dude. Alright, I'm convinced she's invisible. Omega. I can't go up here. That's not a real thing. Up there, maybe. I genuinely just don't remember where the stupid fire was from. I'm pretty sure it's up this hill, though. Yeah, look at that! Voiced? He looks so dumb with his helmet.
The spell will keep it from wilting. She said you would need it for the journey ahead.
She said? Heidelin question marks now?
With her now. I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity.
Yeah.
Of course, but
thank you. Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment. Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance. Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest...
Bro, she's such a baddie.
It is in the depths of the
I be Bun Boy now? Yo.
the place to which all
congrats.
life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Menphilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the Source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well. Her, and another who may yet have a part to play, though that will depend on you. Take the flower. Walk free, for you are free to go where you wish, to believe what you will.
Yeah, Heidelman's a baddie. We're gonna kill one of your friends, dude. It's gonna depend on how well you do, though, huh? Going back into executive beds and hopefully you do better soon. Yo, nice.
In darkness,
Hope they help me.
seek joy.
Good vibes.
Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow.
Heidelman's a good guy, dude.
Together, raise it aloft and let it shine till the end.
Look at that menacing glare.
Radiant.
Chat. Heidelman is a baddie. Straight up abducting Creel's body, like.
That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away.
Keep her away, Creel. She's bad for you.
My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out.
A baddie's will, dude.
Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first. So weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread. Imagine
Heidelman is a baddie in more ways than once. We did see her original form. And yeah, she's a baddie in that way too.
Wise
But
to learn what we could before letting go.
I'm saying she's just a bad
Answers
person.
were more
She's just a
cryptic
baddie.
than I would have liked. But at least she left us with a guide of sorts.
Zoroark
That
and her are both
unusual
bad.
flower.
End of story.
Yes, we
Zoroark.
are definitely making
Zodiac,
progress.
help chat. Remy's tired.
Be serious. We've done nothing wrong.
Oh, that's good. Oh, hey, it's Daddy Level 4. Yeah.
Master Fortuno, what business has the Forum with us?
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scion's entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization. We are aware of your investigations.
There's only one god and his name is
After
Fribon
alerting the
Fax.
major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian. A group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities. Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
'Tis not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge, but the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact. With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion. And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
What then is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city.
Uh-huh.
As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Graha! But why? Is reading a crime now, too?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse.
He's such a dick.
This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
Pondering something grittily out for my keyboard. Companion, is he a werewolf? He's a werebunny. Shit. Well, that didn't go well. Oh god, we're still going. Okay.
Forgive me. I was careless.
Yeah, you were. How'd you get caught by these
We would have been
idiots?
detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
All right.
Forum will come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings. Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such
crying again.
urgency?
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work. They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large. Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
So we're the bad guys now? That's what he's making it sound like.
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Bro, Creel put her hair up. That's how sick of this shit she is.
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
Yeah, blow it out your ass!
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age-long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Whence came this revelation?
From the mouth of a forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Then it seems your findings support my own. The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policymaking process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd.
One wife with her name is Stoba. Yeah, facts.
From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge. The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
Great. It's a big exposition dump so far, but it's good.
Scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea.
Finally getting a lot of the answers to a lot of questions you've
found
had for a very
something,
long
did you
time.
not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh so important duty.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
Yeah, we had seen what? Almost got him. Almost got him, Chet.
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore. Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle? We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission, not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Such misguided zeal.
Father, Master Fortuner, I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me.
Ooh. The real Endwalker.
So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
No.
Skolok Monteshane. He's the head of the Studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, hmm?
Well, shit.
By
He's
their
that guy.
admission, these scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same. Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections. Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given? No. If we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
I like this guy.
Order! We will have order! Master Monteshane raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldesion are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlayan. You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand.
Do they have like somebody going around and counting? That looks pretty torn to me.
I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed. Students, Scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences. Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
Was that Van Daniel? Bruh? Bruh? These were good debates, chat. pop up right here. Come on, Stola. Thank you. Well, at least we've been allowed to remain in the city. And our endless investigations have not been in vain. We now know that this mysterious duty theirs began with whatever the Forum discovered in the ethereal sea. With our freedom so sorely curtailed, however, we will struggle to learn a lot more of substance here in Charlian. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Survival, come what may, his father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family. Alphinaud, I'll say it is you. When I heard you'd been dragged before the Forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I'm so very glad they allowed you to stay. Mother! Can I finally get the stupid helmet off? Eminence Levier, at your service. And you fine people must be the scions of the Seventh Dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. Mother, please. We don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches father that you were here. Oh, bother that. I'd be chastised for speaking to my own children. I am well aware that you and Master Fauchelot are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I have been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. The timing couldn't be better. As matters stand, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss the matter with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go visit your home. We will be back at the annex when you are ready to join us. I'm not sure we... Monica, what do you think? Monica? The Monica just? What a splendid day this has turned out to be. Champion of Eorzea, I insist that you join us. Ah, well, we have to be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. Monica, if you'd be so kind as to escort my children to the estate. And then she was gone, with an opportunity to protest. Okay. And now I shrink again, chat, because I said so. Whee! We're going to be switching back and forth a lot today. That was just what I needed to wake up. Okay. That doesn't feel better. Nah. Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. Yeah, it's gonna go a little lower. This is cursed. This is what happens when I do things, chat. Alright. 2 gives us back our bow. Hello? Hello? There it is. I apologize. My mother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I'm glad relieved even to see you in such high spirits. Game crashed on me, now 6k Q. Ooh. Yikes. Sorry, dude. That is rough. Also, Kamar215, welcome. You snuck on in there during cutscenes. Hope you're doing well. Fine, if we're going, then let's get it over with. Be sure to stay in the entrance hall. No peeking into our private chambers, thank you very much. Why ever not? Your room was always perfectly clean and tidy. Everyone has things they'd rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos. You couldn't bring yourself to throw away childhood toys. I mean, God, never mind. Leviar Estate is that way, straight down the stairs. Come on. Perfect, chat. It's another one of these. That they, like, stay by my side the whole way, and then we're perfect. Whew! Look at them, they're, like, right next to us. When Alice and I were little, this bridge was as far as we were permitted to wander alone. I say that, but my mother, a servant, was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watch for her. And now look at us, traveling to different continents, different worlds even. Bruh. And here you are at last. Please do come in. I feel like the music this time around is even better than usual, chat. I genuinely think they've made it top tier. Because they've added in like a whole bunch of older tracks too. And it just fits. Everything is good.
Welcome home, my lady.
It's voiced. It's voiced. It's voiced. What a gift. Voice acting is a gift.
What? What are you gawping at?
House of Leveilleur in all its grandeur.
Oh, God, please don't. It makes me feel like a spoiled princess.
Little bit.
Lord Fourcheneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you'd accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
This is some random slice of life shit going on, chat.
To time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying.
And I love it.
Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name. Tis plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them. Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
You want to hear about how I killed a god? That's a good opening sentence, right, chat? That's how it works? You want to hear about that one time I killed a god, dude?
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect.
Oh, look at the new outfits. Hell yeah.
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
It's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the
It's so
individuals
weird
you
watching
have grown
Morgan
to
play
become.
through right now, chat, because she's still in ARR. And
Speak for
seeing
yourself.
them, like, duoed up.
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
If you'd allow me, Master Alphino.
Yo, he's a sage now.
Wait. Are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father. Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry. I am told these devices are quite difficult to master, but someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortuno has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
Yeah, I want that screenshot. Boy.
Oh, brother.
Better ask for forgiveness, chat.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these
Here's the
gifts.
thing, though. Like, we keep
And
getting these
farewell for
feel-good
now.
moments. I feel like Scions are gonna die.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm.
I don't think everyone
Keep your
makes it out of this
friends
expansion.
close.
I'm pretty confident of that. Like, we keep getting all these feel-good moments. And, like, so far we've had them with, like, half the Scions. I don't know, man. It feels pretty scuffed to me. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like some people are dying today, for sure. Well, maybe not today, but in this expansion. It's happening. Thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her, and I shall refrain from inquiring as to the content of a private conversation. Our visit was all too brief. For now, however, it will have to suffice. As well as tokens from home that we carry with us, these gifts help us remember who we are and whence we came. But enough sentimentality. Let's return to the annex and rejoin our companions. Alright, finally, we can go do tower. Remy dies every other game, so he's an expert. You're right. You're correct. Yeah. Let me tell you something, chat. I know something about death flags because I trigger them every 30 seconds. Alright?